watching to see what he's going to do now, and hopefully it turns out well on both the Metal Gear side of things and any new stuff he wants to bring up, because whatever the next game is that they announce, aside from something like Metal Gear Touch, which is just hugely disappointing, is just milking it. People are going to be right in line to find out what it's about and what he's going to do with it. But, I also want to talk about Metal Gear Online. Especially this one that's Metal Gear Solid 4. They did put so much work into it, and you can really tell that Metal Gear Solid 3, they kind of admitted from the start, was kind of like a test, and it was to see how popular it would be, how well it worked, and everything like that. Here they put so much work into it, and they've already done 2 expansions for it. So they're really serious about it, and I've played it, and it is fun, I gotta say. I have some problems with it too, but have you played it? What is your take on the online?
Oh yeah. It was great. I actually was able to get Metal Gear Solid 4 for my girlfriend. Me and her actually played the betas when they first came out. I was actually one of the few that got into it, or one of the many. So I played the beta, played the main game, and I very much enjoyed it. For an online shooting game, I was surprised with how much you can do, as far as, being in the Metal Gear world and, doing what you can do. I mean, I remember, playing Metal Gear Solid 3, the Metal Gear Online on that one, and how 4, not only achieved the stuff that you wanted to do plus more, it was really a great, not only is it a nostalgia feeling, because, I mean, you see all the old missions, the old areas that you used to play in Metal Gear Solid 3 in 4, with the updated graphics where they look gorgeous.
Yep.
And, so you get a bit of that deja vu, from 3. And yet they change it to a point to where if it works, the same if not better. And that's something that I really enjoyed with 4, was that it really upped what 3 was and expanded it, which it can be its own game, which they were trying to do in Japan, right?
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I'm glad that they bundled it in there and they put it on the same disc too, because I don't think it would have been appealing enough for somebody like me who's mostly interested in the story. I wouldn't have bothered to get the online version just so that I could play that, because I'm more of a PC gamer when it comes to multiplayer and especially first-person shooters, which I know it's not, but it can be played as one, and it obviously is the same premise of deathmatch and that kind of thing. Just more comfortable with a mouse in general. But,
nice.
I can do this quicker motions and stuff like that. I ended up sucking when I played in Metal Gear Online because I'm trying to steer around with the joystick. That's why I always feel like I'm steering something instead of controlling it kind of with a twitch motion. But, yeah, I mean, I enjoy playing it. I see, the problem I have with it is that they, of course, like to play up the camouflage aspect and the fact that, in a real battlefield it's hard to see. You got into Solid Snake mode, you've actually got additional kind of camo with Snake actually being able to blend into the background and stuff. And for me, when I'm playing online, can be very frustrating, and I know, it's another layer of quote unquote skill to be able to spot your enemies and play with that. But meanwhile, I play something like Team Fortress 2, and their whole mentality is to have extremely clear visual signals of where something is, where an important spot is. They kind of use all sorts of different tricks to get to catch your eye to where it should be, so that you're always focusing on the right part of the battle. And I've got to say, I appreciate that more than trying to go the photorealistic route where you're like extra camouflaged, because I'm running around and getting shot from who knows where, and I'm just like one of these idiots that doesn't know what he's doing when I'm in there. And obviously,
well, I think that's what they were. I mean, I can understand the photorealism, but I think that's also one reason why they also did the SOP, yeah. SOP to help detect, where people are, to do more with teammates, to try to find where everybody is and how to, work together as a team, which I found was, which is very helpful at times. And I don't know, I think it's really neat to see Snake be able to hide in the with
Yeah, so we're just about out of time with the part 2 here. You were talking about the SOP system in the multiplayer, and I think that's a good point because it's true you don't have a lot of visual signals, but once you use that, that's actually when I've been having the most fun when I play it, because suddenly I can see what's going on, and I'm kind of getting warnings, and I get a heads up of what's supposed to be happening. So that, you're right, that's a very good system they implemented there.
And I don't know. I think as far as camo goes, there'll be people who will always try to manipulate that. But at the same time, that's what all stealth is. I mean, you got to think, how the soldiers see Snake, during through the games.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I mean, that's all part of the catch. That's the whole game.
Yeah, I know.
It
would be silly to have a Metal Gear game, a stealth action game where everything is clear and you can see everybody. I mean, I just mean from a gameplay standpoint, it's kind of a barrier to me, because even though I have a big screen TV and, an HDMI cable and everything, I'm still sitting there straining my eyes trying to see what's going on, and to me, after a while, it stops being fun and it starts being like, okay, I get it. I can't see you guys. Stop shooting me. It's like, so I mean, I'm pretty much a noob when it comes to the Metal Gear Online, but I can't blame the game for that, actually.
Right.
But it was good talking to you about this. We dragged it out into 2 parts, and there's a lot to talk about when you include all the spin-offs on there. But I think we're both agreed that there's a lot of potential, and it's pretty exciting what they're going to end up doing. Regardless of maybe even whether it matches the core Saga's quality or not. In a way, they're going to keep up the graphical quality. They're going to keep going with the gameplay, so it's going to definitely take its own direction, and we're all looking forward to that, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be hit or miss, for the most part. Some games will be great, to play. Some of them will be, disappointments. And especially heading into new territory, it's going to have, kind of like a touch feel, am I hitting the right parts or not? But, with the experience that they have, I think they're going to be getting more hits and misses. And I really, and with the quality that Kojima Production comes out, I think they're going to really push it more as time goes on.
Okay. Well, it was good talking to you again. We'll probably end up doing more of these in the future.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for listening, and we'll talk to you more next time.